All right, all right. Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to another Talking and Grubbing live stream. And I'm here today live streaming the NFC Divisional game between the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers as they get it on at Levi's Stadium in the Bay Area. You know, this is the first home game for the 49ers since 2012. Excuse me. Also, this is the first playoff game that will be played for the 49ers at Levi's Stadium as well. The Vikings, they're coming off of a thrilling overtime win in New Orleans last week in the Kirk Cousins threw to Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in the end zone for the game-winning touchdown to get them back here to this point. Intelligent Psycho, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for joining me this afternoon. You know, Stills Respect, what's up? How you doing? You know, I know y'all ready for this game today. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be a great matchup. You know, you got talent on both sides of the ball. You know that the 49ers, they got a hell of a front seven. K Stills Respect says you taking the Niners at home. You know, the rookie Nick Bosa, he's done his thing. I think he's going to hit DeForest Buckner, D Ford. Also, the young Dre Greenlaw. You know, that could definitely get to any quarterback and make their life miserable. So, that Vikings offensive line definitely has to be aware of that front seven because they could rush the full seven or they could just rush four and get to the QB. You know? So, you know, I know some people may think that the 49ers are just going to come in and smash the Vikings, but I don't think you can say that because this Vikings team is definitely good. They're very talented. They're well coached. Right, there we go. Also, K Stills Respect, I know you want the Titans to win because you hate the Ravens. I do too. 30 minutes from now. Also, they got to find a way to get Stephon Diggs going because, you know, he was limited last week. So I'm anxious to see how that's going to work today. Yes, Stills Respect. I will be live for the Titans and Ravens game tonight. That's at 8 o'clock. So definitely join me on that live stream as well. And also tomorrow night, I'm going to be live for the Seattle Seahawks and Green Bay Packers game. So that's the game I'm live streaming. That's what y'all picked. That's what I'm live streaming. I appreciate y'all vote. You know, y'all votes on that. Starting with the 49, well, for the 49ers, they got to get their crowd involved early and often. You know, they got to definitely provide that home field advantage. You know, Jimmy G has definitely got to stir. Tevin Coleman. You know, that 49ers defense, they have to get to Kirk Cousins early and often because he can extend putting up some big yards in this game, then he's going to make the 49ers life miserable. Very miserable. So they definitely have to slow down Delvon Cook because, man, he had a hell. Okay, you got the Niners winning intelligence cycle, but you said you're not sleeping on the Vikings. I definitely agree. You are sleeping on this Vikings team. I warn you, don't. Still respect. You asked me, do I think the Browns will ever win a Super Bowl? You have to stick with something. You can't keep on. They can't keep firing their way to success. Steelers respect. You know, I never say nothing's impossible. Even some, I mean, come on, look at the Saints. They were terrible for years, and they eventually won the Super Bowl. Same with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They were terrible too. Matter of fact, they had lost what 26 in a row, and they ultimately won the Super Bowl. But they found something and stuck with it. They found a core of front office and coach and stuck with that. That's what the Browns have to do. They have to find something and stick with it. You know, I always say you can't fire your way to success. It never works. I don't know one team that has fired their way to success in any sport, whether it's the NFL, NBA, MLB, or hell, even NHL. If anybody can give me a team that fired their way to success and won championships, let me know here in the comment section. Yeah, I think Baker is underrated, but he had a terrible season. Well, it's coming off of a terrible season, but I don't think that's him in his career. Well, whoever the Browns hire as the head coach can come in, and coach him up. Who knows what he can do next season? A lot of people thought Jared Goff was a buzz after his first 2 years in the NFL. Because he was under Jeff Fisher. But then Sean McVay came in and turned him around and ended up, getting the man to a Super Bowl. So this next season is definitely going to be vital for Baker to see what he can. Excuse me. All right, apologies. My apologies. I'm having some connection issues here. Stills respect. You asked me what are my thoughts on the Cowboys on hiring Mike McCarthy. I think that's a pretty interesting move. And I kind of thought, it was a chance that he would go there. Very prestigious franchise in the NFL with their history. Even though Jerry Jones has done some questionable moves, there's a lot of talent on that team with Dak, Zeke, Amari Cooper, etc. So I can see why Mike McCarthy would want to go there. Because man, I still trip over the excuse me. I still trip over the fact that Jerry Jones fired a coach that won not one, but 2 Super Bowls for him. I still can't get over that. How do you fire a coach that wins you 2 Super Bowls? That would be like, say, Robert Kraft firing Bill Belichick after they won their 3rd Super Bowl against the Eagles. Not surprised. Now, I know the Browns were definitely interested in him, but I don't think he ever took the Browns seriously, especially after they got rid of John Dorsey, because he and Dorsey do have a pretty good relationship dating back to the days in Green Bay. Maybe he would have taken the Browns more seriously if John Dorsey was still the GM. That's just my opinion, though. K Stills respect. You feel that Sean Payton wasted Drew Brees' prime? Well, the remainder of Drew Brees' prime, and you feel Brees should have another Super Bowl ring. I agree. Drew Brees definitely should have another ring. I do agree on that. Definitely can agree with you on that. He does. He should at least have at least one more ring. Have another ring. Well, still respect. I also have a question. You know, would you have taken Mike McCarthy if he was interested in the Steelers? Sorry, got a little connection issue. Steelers respect. You feel that Drew Brees' last shot to win a championship was this year? That's an interesting comment. You don't think he could get? Also, as you come in here to the live stream, make sure y'all hit the like button. Also, if this is your first time here on the channel, welcome. Don't make it your last. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon and also hit all so you don't miss any new videos or live streams from me. Because I have a lot of live streams. You know, tonight with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens taking on the Titans at home in Baltimore. Then tomorrow night, Russell Wilson and the Seahawks go into Green Bay and tangle with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And that live stream will be on at 6 o'clock. That's the subscriber's choice. Definitely can't wait till that game kicks off.
The 49ers, we got your ass. Kind of makes you feel like you can go play, right? Makes you feel like you can win no matter what. Helps me every single week.
You know? Okay, about to grub on some salad here.
Family ready in here to watch George make his playoff debut. Rodney, you tight ends during your career. How would you compare those guys to that guy? Well, think about it. Jason Witten, Antonio Gates, Tony Gonzalez, the list goes on.
And also, I am surprised that Rodney Harrison isn't considered for the Hall of Fame. He had a pretty nice career.
He definitely is a great run blocker. And let's take a look at the tape on some of the things that makes George Kittle so important to this Kyle Shanahan offense. First off, he can run routes like a slot wide receiver. And then when he does that, yes, he can beat a corner, but he's hard to tackle. He's like a Gronk or a big physical player.
Also, I want to know what your keys to the, what are your, this is for everybody in the chat. Now for the Vikings, for the Vikings, Kirk Cousins and that Vikings offense have to take that San Francisco, that 49ers crowd out of it very early. You know, they got to get Dalvin Cook going, because when you get Dalvin Cook going, that opens up the pass for Kirk Cousins. So that could get an Adam Thielen going or a Stephon Diggs going. Steelers respect. Why wouldn't you want Mike McCarthy to coach the Steelers?
Like that, but the matchup problem, if you put a coverage.
Why you would want Mike McCarthy to coach the Steelers? Steelers respect.
All I'm saying is this: I look at Coach Zimmer, and if I were Coach Zimmer, I would have probably
also, besides Diggs and on defense, you know, it all starts and ends with Everson Griffin and Danielle Hunter. You know, they can get pressure on Jimmy G. Also, they can limit the run game, and definitely that secondary can limit George Kittle. That would definitely go a long way. And get that ball, give the ball back to Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense. That would even be a whole lot better. And definitely would increase their chances of winning this game. Because you definitely don't want to give this 49ers team a lead, because
My dad's definitely the best
You definitely don't want to give this 49ers team a lead because, man, you know, you don't want to unleash Bosa, Buckner, Ford, Greenlaw, Armstead. You definitely don't want to, you know, unleash those dudes. But, you know, the secondary, Kirk Cousins may have an opportunity to exploit this 49ers secondary. You know, because they can be, sometimes they can be accessible to the big pass. But still, he could come up and have a big game as well, Richard Sherman. Okay, Stills respect, you said Mike McCarthy is a 50-50 coach.
What I've always tried to do with the letters is try to match.
And he will. Okay, if he were the Steelers coach, what do you think he would do? Do you think he would ruin the Steelers or something?
Within his career, what's going on? When you go out to the Levi Stadium and you get on that turf, you need to see the feeling. The ghost of that era and those times and those teams walking them.
All right, I'm seeing y'all coming into the live stream. Make sure you hit the like button. Also, you can donate to the channel via Cash App or PayPal. The Cash App, cash tag, and the PayPal link are up top in the chat. Also, you can donate via Super Chat while I'm on here live. Whatever you can donate, I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me keep this channel going so I can continue to provide more quality content for y'all. And also to help me grow this channel because I want to do other things on this chat for this channel this year in 2020. So your donations would definitely help out tremendously. Claude Bishop, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for joining me here this afternoon. Okay. Steelers respect other teams. Steelers respect. You ain't the only one. You're definitely not the only one. That's good to hear, Claude Bishop. Claude Bishop disagrees with Steelers respect. Trading Tomlin is crazy. I mean, the Raiders did it for John Gruden. They traded him to Tampa Bay. Okay, now I know a lot of y'all probably predicted San Fran to win. Do y'all think San Fran will win in a blowout, a close game, or will it take OT for them to win, to win this game? And also, you got the Vikings. How do you think they will win? Do you think they'll win in a blowout, a close game, or do you think they'll win in overtime again like they did against the Saints? Let me know here in the chat. Okay, Claude Bishop says Kyle Shanahan done nothing yet. Yeah, that's definitely true. Kyle Shanahan hasn't done anything yet as a head coach. Let's see after today, this will be the first step of him doing something. Because sent home, then that's definitely going to look bad on his resume. Well, that's going to look bad on his resume after the season the 49ers have had. Okay, Claude Bishop, you think that they would be taken out by the 49ers will get beat by the Packers in the NFC Championship game. So you're basically going with the Packers tomorrow. Okay.
Thanks, guys. Lowe's was a part of this all year. We want to say thank you to them because they are donating $50,000 to the charity of the choice of whoever wins this. That's down to the two of us. So we'll get Rodney's pick. I'm going to go in this game and hope that the Z Foundation for Cancer Research is $50,000 richer after this. Yeah, Mike, I think I agree with you. You're a lot smarter than Coach Dungy when it comes to these picks. But I'm just still concerned about the overconfidence with the Niners. I'm going to stick with the Niners, but that's something we'll have to pay attention to. Well, I think the Minnesota Vikings are going to rekindle that 87 spirit. They went to New Orleans in 87-1, came out here against that great
Okay, also, do y'all think the 49ers are being coming into this game overconfident and overlooking this Vikings team?
They've held the Super Bowl in this stadium. They've held the college football playoff championship game in this stadium. Now, Robbie Gould, the 49ers, get to play in a playoff game for the first time in this stadium. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya, ready to bring it to you. We'll see you at halftime. It's the best football weekend of the year, traditional playoff weekend. Hope you enjoy it here on NBC.
All right. That was a good set. That was good salad right there. Definitely good. All right. Make sure y'all come in here, hitting the like button, hit the like button. Stills Respect says Mike Tomlin is overrated, who lost to Tim Tebow and Blake Bortles in the playoffs. We had so much talent over the years and still haven't been back to the Super Bowl. That's bad play calling. Claude Bishop says, I'm at the mall with my grandbabies and I plan on buying a shirt from you very soon. All right, Claude, definitely can't wait. Also, I've been thinking about making some kids stuff and adding it to the shop. So that could be coming very soon. And if your grandbabies are, at least school age, then I have some, I might be working on some kid t-shirts as well. Okay, Claude Bishop also feels that the Steelers' lack of success in the playoffs was because of no talent on defense until this year. I gotta agree with that one. The Steelers definitely didn't have any talent on defense. I mean, they could score points in bunches, but they could not stop anybody. That's why they lost to Blake Bortles and Tim Tebow, because they couldn't stop anybody. Okay, Stills Respect said, Stills Respect said, give Belichick the Steelers roster over the years, he will win multiple Super Bowls. Claude Bishop also said too many divas, including our QB. Yeah, that's all. That's also another thing that messed up the Steelers as well. Too many egos. Okay, I'm gonna also be grubbing on some of these Jello sours. This is blueberry. But definitely agree. Also, Big Ben didn't make it. Also, Big Ben didn't make it any better by, throwing people like AB under the bus. Anybody on this page could burn Ike Taylor. Oh, Claude, you something else. Say anybody on this page could burn Ike Taylor. That's funny.
I'm debt free. I'm debt free. I'm back in town.
Fifth Third also has Zelle. Help you pay back your friends fast.
Thanks. I'm debt free. Again.
Award-winning mobile banking.
But yeah, I definitely think that the Killer Bees' egos and also their lack of defensive talent definitely held them back from making another Super Bowl. Plus, they can never get up. They can never beat the Patriots in the playoffs. That's another reason why they didn't get back to another Super Bowl. All right, y'all. This game's about to get started. Y'all, excuse me for a second.
With the Vikings in this NFC Divisional playoff game.
Did drop some. I dropped my towel. Okay, Claude Bishop says Big Ben is overrated. I would say Big Ben is overrated. So, Claude, who do you feel won those two Super Bowls with Big Ben? And multiple Steelers players. My eye was itching a little. So y'all have to excuse me. Okay, we about to get started here in this NFC divisional matchup. This is the first game of the weekend. This is the first day of the divisional playoffs here in the NFL playoffs. We're about to see who's going to move on to play on Championship Sunday 1 week from tomorrow. After tomorrow night, the championship games in the AFC and NFC will be set. And definitely can't wait to see who's going to be there with an opportunity to punch their ticket to Miami for Super Bowl 54. Is an idiot. Why you say Terry Bradshaw is an idiot, Claude? Okay, still respect the Patriots never had a talented roster over the years and won multiple. Some ways that's true. The only talented roster the Patriots had, Steel's respect. Steel's respect, they went 16-0. And as far as the Super Bowl ones, the Super Bowl winning teams, their most talented roster to me was actually a few years ago when they beat the Falcons. To me, that was their most talented. They had Julian Edelman. They had Gronk. They also had Chris Hogan, who was slept on. James White. White had a couple of big games in that playoffs, including the Super Bowl with Tom. Also, Chris Hogan. Chris Hogan was underrated.
To be effective today, and Shanahan says out. Alexander could not have looked any better this week.
Yeah, that's right. The 49ers, they're getting back their cornerback, K1 Alex.
Vikings star wide receiver Adam.
Yep, 49ers, they give back a key piece in their secondary in K1 Williams.
Left heel area lacerated by a teammate's cleat. Hasn't practiced since, but he did come out early for pregame. And warm-ups wearing a little extra padding around that ankle. Number one target last week in New Orleans.
All right, they'll keep an eye on him right from the get-go. Dan Bunz will be one of the great and memorable tackles in Super Bowl history.
You know what? I would definitely want to go to Levi's Stadium. Looking at their stadium on TV, in the games that I have seen, that's a real nice stadium. Okay, the 49ers won the toss, but they decided to defer. So the Vikings will get a crack on offense, and it's a touchback. So Kirk Cousins and the Vikings will start at the 25 in the loud Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. That's right outside of San Jose, excuse me. I don't get that. Build a stadium outside of San Fran. Why didn't they, find an area close to San Francisco? That's just my opinion. Okay, now it's 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Okay, Kirk Cousins hands it off to Dalvin Cook, and he gets a few yards. Says, give Belichick the Steelers. Over the years, we are winning Super Bowls. He also said James Harrison said Mike Tomlin was overrated and Bill Cowher was a better coach. Steelers Respect also says if Bill Cowher was still coaching the Steelers, we will have a few more Super Bowls. Vikings.
Last week in New Orleans, in the crazy
Of a hostile environment to play in.
Superdome.
Yep, that's one. If I was an NFL player, man, I would dread playing in that place.
Kyle Rudolph set up by that long pass.
Okay, I'm having issue. Okay, it looks like. Okay, it looks like the veteran wired out for a first down. Okay, 2nd and 8 for. Dang, Steelers Respect. You said if I was in the NFL, and I was with the Steelers, I will ask for my release and play for the 49ers or the Patriots. '49ers maybe. Patriots, even Tom Brady basically talking about he wants to get out of New England. Now that speaks volumes. You know, one of your most iconic players saying he wants to leave, basically leave. I think Brady's out of New England next year, in my opinion. K. Jimmy G throws the touchdown pass to Kendrick Bourne. And just like that, the 49ers strike first, quick, fast, and in a hurry for the 6-0 lead. Wow. And the kick is good. So the 49ers strike first. They lead 7-0. And they don't hesitate at all. They definitely do not hesitate. As they wasn't a turnover, my mistake. The Vikings went quickly on a 3-and-out. Then once San Fran got the ball, they took care of business and went down the field for the score. And they got the 7-0 lead here early in the first quarter. Okay, Stills respect. You said Bill Belichick is crying right now, saying he should have kept Jimmy G. That was to me. That was more Robert Kraft than Bill Belichick. He wanted to keep Jimmy G in New England, but Tom Brady went to Robert Kraft and wanted him traded because he knew how strong Jimmy G. He knew ultimately Jimmy G was going to be his replacement. Tom Brady ain't stupid. Game recognized game. You know, he knew how good and strong Jimmy G was. He knew Jimmy G was strong. And he was so scared that he was going to take his spot. So he had Robert Kraft. So he had, Robert Kraft forced the trade. And there it is. Jimmy G's in San Fran. But in my opinion, if I were Robert Kraft, I wouldn't have made that move. I would not have forced, Bill to make that move. All right. So the 49ers grabbed the early 7-0 lead here in the first of this NFC divisional matchup.
Unlimited cashback match only from Discover.
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes at an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as mine.
All right, I'm seeing y'all coming here to this live stream. Make sure you hit the like button. Also, give me your comments here on this game. What did y'all see from the Vikings' first drive compared to the 49ers' first drive? To me, the Vikings, they got off a little slow. They went, they got to their offense a little slow. They should have been a little more faster and fluid on offense, but the 49ers, once they get the ball, they, were quick, fast. They went down the field quick, fast, and in a hurry and scored. So now the Vikings offense here.
5 times the Vikings have faced the 49ers in the NFC Divisional rounds. Very memorable games. Mike Shanahan
Okay, as they show Kyle's dad, Mike Shanahan, the two-time Super Bowl champion coach with the Broncos back in the late 90s.
Was here when Mike was the offensive coordinator of the 49ers in the 90s.
All right, as the 49ers kick it off to the Vikings and brings it back to the 21-yard line. That's where the Vikings will start for their second crack on offense. We gotta be quick. They gotta be quick because this front seven of the 49ers is too quick, fast, and aggressive. So you definitely gotta be quick against this team if you want to have a chance to win this game. Okay, 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 21. Okay, gives it to Dalvin Cook. Looks like Dalvin Cook has about a good 3 or 4 yards. Okay, you got Kevin Stefanski, the Vikings offensive coordinator. He's one of the head coaching candidates for the Cleveland Browns. They interviewed him in Minnesota Thursday. And I heard it was a pretty long interview, but let's see, if he can get the job, if he'll get the job. Dalvin Cook got 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8. Cousins throws and out of bounds. But there's a flag on the play. Is it going to be roughing the passer or pass interference? Let's see. Let's see what it is. As we get the call from Walt Anderson. 17th year in the NFL as a rep.
Pass interference, number 20.
Okay, pass interference. So it's an automatic first down for the Vikings. And that's on Fred Ward. As he did, get a little too physical with Stephon Diggs. So it's 1st and 10 for the Vikings. So they get a new set of downs. Kirk Cousins rolls out, throws a little screen pass to the tight end, number 83 for 5 yards. And boy, Kirk Cousins was definitely lucky because he was definitely close to getting sacked. So 2nd and 5 for the Vikings. Okay, Kirk Cousins throws the play action. Okay, he throws it to Irv Smith, and he's about a good 2 or 3 yards short of the first down. That's Irv Smith Jr. And Kirk Cousins got hit just as he got rid of the ball. And that hit was by Quan Alexander. No, Eric Armstead, excuse me. So it's 3rd and 2 for the Vikings. Kirk Cousins throws. And gets it to Adam Thielen for the first down. For his first catch of the game. And he gets 12 yards on that play. All right, I'm seeing y'all coming in here to the live stream. Hit the like button. Also, give me your thoughts on this game. What do you think? On both teams' play. What do you think are key factors here this afternoon? Okay, Cousins throws in the pocket and throws it to Dalvin Cook for a short gain.
So with Cousins, the whole narrative with him is you can't beat the good teams, you can't win the big games like he did last week. He can't win on Monday Night Football. They made a big deal about that through the years. Meanwhile, you look at his numbers this season, they're great. Well, you look at his numbers in prime time, and he has played as well.
Okay, so it's 2nd and 6 for the.
So that narrative has just been wrong.
Okay, feeds it to Dalvin Cook for about a good 3-4 yards. So it's about going to be 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3.
A very low percentage against playoff teams, non-playoff teams, a very high percentage. The rating is similar, though. And it depends on the opponent's points per.
So this is a big 3rd down coming up for the Vikings. Let's see if they can convert here to keep this drive going. Penalty is 3rd and 2 once again for the Vikings. Okay, Kirk Cousins throws. Wow. And Stephon Diggs makes a hell of a catch for the touchdown. Wow, 21 yards. So the Vikings come back with a great response. And now it's 7-6 with the extra point coming up from Dan Bailey. But boy, man, that was a hell of a catch by Stephon Diggs. So now here in this game, they're making Stephon Diggs a part of the game here very early after, he went on the rant on the sidelines that he was not getting the touches that he deserved last week against the Saints. Okay, Dan Bailey with the extra point, and the kick is through. So we are all tied up at 7, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Kirk Cousins led a 79-yard drive that culminated into the Stephon Diggs touchdown for 21 yards. And, that was definitely helped by the pass interference penalty on Fred Warner. So now this game is tied up at 7 apiece. That was a pretty good engineered drive by Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Kirk Cousins, threw under some tremendous pressure. As a matter of fact, a couple of times on that drive, he threw as he was getting hit. All right, Pat, 1984, what's up? How you doing? How's your Saturday?
I checked your return and you're good to go.
Okay, thank you for hitting the like button, Pat.
Even taxes. Into a TurboTax.
Still respect, Pat. You still rolling with the Chris Shaw Mafia. Oh, man. But, man, that was a great response by the Vikings, especially after that first possession where they went on a quick 3 and out. And now they come back with a 79-yard drive that culminates into a 21-yard touchdown for Stephon Diggs. So let's see how the 49ers will respond, now that the Vikings have responded. Man, I still can't get over that play. That was a hell of a catch by Stephon Diggs. I didn't think he was gonna get to the end zone. I think maybe he might have been, he would definitely reach near the red. He would have reached the red zone, but I don't think he would have gotten to the end zone. But man, that's just a hell of a job by Diggs to stay on his feet and just basically, backtrack, basically moonwalking to the end zone for the touchdown. All right. All right, Slick Vic, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. How's your Saturday going? You said, damn, cousin showing up. Wonder why he couldn't do it with us in Washington. Oh, wait, because we never gave him receivers or trusted him. Yeah, that's on Dan Snyder right there. I'm a Browns fan, Slick Vic. I got my issues with the Haslams, but Daniel Snyder is worse. K Stills Respect says, I used to always say Kirk Cousins was overrated. He has improved a little bit. Oh, he's definitely improved. I never thought Kirk Cousins was overrated. I thought if he had got some talent to go along with him, that he could definitely be a pretty good quarterback. at least a top 20 QB as the 49ers, come back here on offense for their second drive of the game. Jimmy G throws it to 7 yards. Well, 6 yards. Yeah, 6 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 4 for the 49ers here.
Two deep safeties, so that means they're going to start running the football. This outside zone, the pitch play, all those different things are very hard to stop if you're going to try and play two safeties in the middle of the field.
They give it to Mostert, and he's close to the first down. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like he's about a yard or an inch short of the first down. But it all depends where the momentum carry. Okay, he's 27 years old, straight out of Purdue. His 5th year in the league, and they gave Mostert the first down, so it's first down for the Niners. They give it to Mostert again, and he gets about a good 2 or 3 yards. As they're definitely trying to feature him in this, feature him here on this possession.
Take on the New Orleans guards instead of the tackles.
Yeah, and they felt like that's where they could most easily attack, but they are
Okay, definitely, Danielle Hunter and Everson Griffin, these two have definitely got to be a factor here today in this game, just like they were last week.
Beautifully designed play with a lot of ghost motion as Mostert takes the handoff, goes right through the middle.
Okay, Mostert gets the first down once again. I'm doing good, Pat 1984. Thanks for asking. Okay, Pat, you had a cookout with the fam. Okay, cool. Pat, make sure you say, Q. Matter of fact, Pat, fix me a plate, ship it right over to me. Okay, Steelers respect. You say Steelers are making the playoffs next season. All right, Pat 1984, thank you for contributing to the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Salute to you. K Slickby, you said you doing good. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. You said Snyder is the worst, but I know what you mean by the Browns ownership. Yep, Pat 1984, man. I appreciate your donation, man. Thank you so much. Okay, 2nd and 10 for the 49ers. Okay, they give it to Mostert again, and Danielle Hunter stops him.
Watch Hunter here against an excellent blocker on the outside, and Mike McGlinchey just hold that edge. It is so hard to stop that outside run.
Okay, it's 3rd and 10 for the 49ers here. See if they can force the 49ers into a 3 and out and give Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense the ball back here. Okay, Garoppolo gets rid of it. Wow, and Kendrick Bourne comes up with the catch for a first down after all 7 coming at Jimmy G, and they were definitely on his neck trying to sack him. But man, Jimmy G just stays cool and poised in the pocket, plays hot potato, and Kendrick Bourne catches that potato for a first down. Wow. And Jimmy G took a shot. Looks like that was Danielle Hunter that, gave him the hit. Wow. Man. Okay, they're going to take a timeout. Jimmy G can compose himself. But boy, That was a heck of that was a hell of a play by Jimmy G. And he took a hard hit. Well, I appreciate you, Pat, for showing love. Thank you so much.
If you don't love Bud Light, you'll love Bud Light Seltzer. It's not Bud Light, it's hard seltzer.
K Stills respect. Odell needs to lead the Browns. He's very talented. Him and Baker Mayfield doesn't have good chemistry. Stills respect. The reason why they didn't have good chemistry this year, one, OBJ was hurt a lot during training camp, and they didn't play together in the preseason. So, I can't say that their chemistry is not good based on that. Say, if purpose of conversation, those two get together in the offseason and, practice together.
I look around this room and I see nothing but untapped potential.
Because I know, in Steelers respect, I know you want OBJ on the Steelers, but say, purpose of conversation, if he and Big Ben didn't practice together during an off season, then guess what? 9 times out of 10, it would be the same results. Okay, Slick Vic, you said, oh, for sure, he's way too much of a talent. Landry is Baker's guy, and it's clear. Okay, so Slick Vic, you think OBJ needs to get out of Cleveland as well. Steelers respect, Odell, Big Ben, Bell, 2020 Steelers. But then Steelers respect, you got to think. It would also be, Killer Bees part 2 again, and not in a good way. We were talking earlier how, the Eagles on that team messed up their chances of, winning in the playoffs and going back to the Super Bowl. As much talent as they had. And also, will Big Ben mess around, throw OBJ under the bus? At least Baker didn't throw OBJ under the bus during the season, even though he had his issues. Okay, Jimmy G under pressure again. And this time he does get sacked, and that's Danielle Hunter, the defensive end. Danielle Hunter, the man does not get his just due, in my opinion. I think he's a very underrated defensive end. I think Danielle Hunter definitely needs to get more props than he does. And man, where was the protection by the 49ers O-line? It's like they just play. It's like they went straight Olay and let Danielle Hunter right through to sack Jimmy G. So now it's 2nd and 19 for the 49ers. Okay, Jimmy G. Okay, it was over the middle and almost intercepted by Eric Kendricks. Kendricks almost came up with the pick. So Jimmy G is definitely lucky here that pass was not picked off by Kendricks. It's just 3rd and 19. Because if it would have been picked off by Kendricks, who knows? He could have ran it back for a touchdown, for a pick 6, or he could have given the Vikings good field position to start with. So it's 3rd and 19 for the Niners. And there's a flag on the play. And it's false start on 49ers. Wow. Okay, and that's on Mike McClinchy. I hope I said his name right. If I said his name wrong, I apologize. And now it's 3rd and 24 for the 49ers. Wow. All right. Man. Unbelievable. Okay, 4-man rush. Jimmy G runs. Okay, and they force him out of bounds, and he gets about a good, no more than 4 yards on the play, but it's 4th down, 4th and long, so the Niners are going to have to punt, and Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense will get the ball back. as the clock winds down in the first quarter, and I think it's going to end. But the second quarter will start with Kirk Cousins getting the ball back to try to take the lead. All right, let me see what y'all saying here in the chat. Okay, Steelers respect. You said Adam Gates and the coach took a shot at Bell. It seems like they don't want him there next season. They say they are open to trade him. Slick Vic, you think Kendricks is going to be a factor in this game, or he needs to be? I think Slick Vic, I think Kendricks can definitely be a wild card in this game. If he could definitely help that rush out, and also, just stick his himself in there to deflect ball. That could definitely go a long way for this Vikings pass rush. As a matter of fact, Kendricks just almost came up with a pick. Okay, Stills Respect says a few weeks ago, Bell missed the Jets game. He said he was sick, but someone saw him at the bowling alley. Wow. Skip Bayless, in Stills Respect, he also says, what is Skip Bayless thing with Tim Tebow? He think he is great. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know why people take Skip Bayless so seriously. That man only scored 1 point in high school. Something is wrong with you if you take analysis from a man who only scored 1 point in a high school basketball game. How do you score only 1 point in high school basketball? You can't score on other kids. And no, Tim Tebow was not that great of a QB in the NFL. He was all right, but it wasn't like he was going to be the GOAT or anything. He would just been average to above average at best. Yeah, Stills Respect, that's true. Skip Bayless only scored 1 point in high school. As a matter of fact, when he was on First Take about a good 7-8 years ago, Jalen Rose called him out on that because he was giving a crappy basketball analysis, and he even checked him on that by telling him, you only scored 1 point in high school. Slick Vic says Skip Bayless is okay, well, you meant to say delusional 75% of the time. I'm telling you, I'm 5'11" and look like Skip. And I guarantee I could score more than 1 point in high school. Okay, as the 49ers kick it away, the ball was bobbled and dropped, but the Vikings, end up recovering. They'll start at the 12-yard line. Ooh, he's very lucky to hang on that ball. Yeah, Cheryl's is very lucky to, secure that ball, because otherwise, if the Niners were more quicker, they would have definitely got that ball. Either they would have been starting near the goal line, or they could have gotten it in for the touchdown. Wow, and Kirk Cousins gets sacked by Eric Armstead. And yeah, Armstead has 10.5 sacks on the season. Wow, so now the Vikings, they're near, and Kirk Cousins held on to the ball too long. And also the Vikings O-line played Olay on that play and let Armstead free to get to Cousins. Okay, they give it to Alex Madison, and he gets about a good 2 or 3 yards. And it's going to be third down.
He gets his head coaching job. Of course, he was rumored to be going to Dallas. Have you seen something happening? Shanahan's going nowhere.
Doesn't look good now. No. These are two play callers that I think see the field and
15.
changes they have to make inside the game as well as anybody in all of football. They are heavyweights going at it in this one today.
3rd and 15. They'll be conservative here. Give it to Dalvin.
Okay, they're conservative and give it to Dalvin Cook, and looks like Dalvin Cook only gets about 2 yards. So the Vikings have to punt, and the 49ers will have great field position.
Whether it's a sack, a tackle for loss, a penalty, whatever it may be.
Claude Bishop says Skip Bayless is a thin-head idiot. Definitely agree with you on that one. He is definitely very thin-headed. Steals Respect says Skip Bayless is always on Tim Tebow. He even says Tim Tebow is a great baseball player and will make it to the major leagues. Please. Steals Respect. You and I have a better chance of making the major leagues than Tim Tebow. Okay, the 49ers, they're going to have great field position. You know, when they come back from commercial. So let's see if the 49ers can find a way to take the lead back. As Jimmy G and the Niners offense going to come back on the field with great field position. Okay, Slick Vic, you said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Delusional for sure. Oh, Skip is very delusional. Very delusional. I mean, come on. You know, one player can have a bad game. Oh, he'll go hard in the paint on them saying they're trash, they're overrated. But, you know, if it's, say, Dak Prescott, you know, may pull those same numbers or similar numbers. Oh, he would try to spin and say how Dak had a great game. Like when the Cowboys lost to the Packers a few years ago in the playoffs. Oh, he tried to spin that. He tried to, even though the Cowboys were getting shellacked in the first half, oh, he tried to make it like, oh, well, Dak was so clutch. He led them to the comeback. He acted as if the Cowboys should have won that game instead of the Packers deserving to win. You know, it's like he did not want to give the Packers any credit, saying, well, oh, they only won because Mason Crosby made a lucky field goal. And also another thing, Skip definitely rides Tom Brady's job. Like it's nothing. Any other QB, you know, if they messed up with the game on the line, he would just yell how they're not clutch. But in the Super Bowl against the Eagles, he gives Brady such a pass by saying, oh, well, Tom Brady had 505 yards. That's the most by a Super Bowl loser. Dude, who gives a damn? He lost. Okay, his team lost. And also, excuse me, the main reason why Brady, you know, the Patriots ended up losing that game because Tom Brady held on to the ball too long and ended up getting sacked, strip sacked, and fumbled the ball. And that was at midfield with, you know, about a good minute left in the game. Okay, Claude Bishop says Skip also said Johnny Manziel would be more popular in Cleveland than LeBron James. Ha ha! How wrong he was. Okay, Jimmy G throws the pass and the pass is dropped by Bourne, who had the touchdown pass. So it's 2nd and 10, 49ers. Okay, Slick Vic says, by the way, I do appreciate you putting on the game. And on though, bro, and doing this because my TV is broke and stuck on one channel. Luckily, it's ESPN. So without you or people like you, I wouldn't be able to know. Well, Slick Vic, I appreciate those words, man. I'm glad to do this. definitely glad to do this. This is why I do these live streams. You know, for people who may be in your situation, or maybe people who may be at, you know, may be stuck at work, you know, want to know what's going on with the game. I'm glad to be a vehicle and the avenue for y'all to, you know, bring y'all the game. So I appreciate those words, Slick Vic. Okay, Stills Respect says, did you know that Skip Bayless' brother Rick Bayless has his own show? He is cooler. No, I didn't know Skip had a brother. Learn something new every day as the 49ers get hit with a false start penalty. So it's going to be 3rd and 12.
This is Mike Zimmer, what he lives for right here. 3rd down and long.
So that would be interesting. If the Vikings can pull off this win today, then and the Seahawks could win tomorrow in Green, then the Vikings would go to Seattle because Seattle is the higher seed, you know, by 1. Wow. Jimmy G gets it to Deebo Samuel, and Deebo Samuel fights for the first down. Man, they could not bring that man down for anything. That man was determined to get that first down. But, you know, if the Vikings could pull this off and the Seahawks win tomorrow, then the Vikings will have a game because the Seahawks, by them having the better record, they would have the home field advantage. And I still think the NFL playoffs need to be reseeded. Some people feel that there's nothing wrong with it. And wow, they run a reverse. Wow, the ball comes out and looks like the Vikings have it. Do the Vikings have it? And they do. And Harrison Smith and the Vikings recover the fumble. Wow. As Xavier Rhodes knocks it out of their hands, and the Vikings recover. Wow. So the Vikings get the ball back. Unbelievable. The 49ers had great field position, and they fumble. Unbelievable. Yep, Slick Vic is Vikings ball. Unbelievable. How do you waste good field position like that? That's very unheard of in football. Man. Wow. So yeah, okay, so Clark, okay. Y'all telling me Skip Bayless has a brother who has his own show. And his name is Rick Bayless. Is Rick on the Food Network? If so, can y'all give me the name of his show in the chat? You know, if y'all can do that, I would greatly appreciate it. Stills Respect, Rick Bayless should come on Skip and Shannon. That would be cool. I mean, Skip's wife was just on. Excuse me. Skip Bayless's wife was on there. So why not his brother? That would be interesting. Okay, Stills Respect, you said the show should be called Shannon and Skip. Yes, Stills Respect. I know Ryan Hollins on ESPN. Yes, man, Ryan Hollins, I can't take him seriously either. I can't. That man comes with the most asinine takes. He's light, y'all. Yep, so 9 times out of 10, you know, the refs, they got to review it to make sure that the turnover holds up, and I think it will because his leg was definitely not down when that ball came out, so it's going to be Vikings ball. Unless they have, you know, enough angles and conclusive evidence to overturn that call, Vikings are getting the ball. Claude Bishop, Shannon be killing Skip. Okay, Steelers
angles, and the crowd now is responding to this angle that we're going to show you. That shows you that his knee is going to be down before the ball comes out. And the feeling is this one is going to be overturned, of course, in the 49ers' favor to keep the ball with them.
Xavier Rhodes really did rip that ball out, but
After reviewing the play, the runner was down by contact.
okay, the call is reversed, so the 49ers will keep the ball. So it's going to be 2nd and 4 49ers. They keep the ball as the call is overturned. Okay, Slick Vic says Hollins is a funny guy, though. I think they make him say some of that stuff just so Stephen A. has someone to disagree with. Steals respect, said Imagine Ryan Hollins on Skip and Shannon. Oh, I definitely don't want to see that. You think Skip is bad? Those two together will be worse. Okay. The 49ers get the first down on a run play.
the thing you worry about most against this look
Excuse me.
are these cutback plays. So you see the big guys in the middle.
Okay, so they're near the red zone.
Joseph, you don't think of him as being
Joseph.
Up and down the line of scrimmage, but he's been getting all the way out there to make several of these plays.
Not.
Two inside guys.
Yes, Joseph stops the play. Okay, they give it to Tevin Coleman. He gets a nice run for about a good 8 yards. Okay, yeah, it was 8 yards, so 2nd and 2 49ers.
You'll see the gaps that emerge.
I said in my NFC divisional preview that you definitely don't want Tevin Coleman to have a nice game here because he's definitely a wild card in this game. If he can definitely get some big plays going, then that definitely opens up the 49ers offense a lot more. Okay, 2nd and 3. My mistake. The 2nd and 3. Okay, they give it to Tevin Coleman again as he gets 4 yards and the first down. So they're definitely making Tevin Coleman the go-to guy here on this possession for the 49ers. And they are in the red zone.
Some guys for the 49ers who took full advantage of that healthy, and this team's about as healthy as they've been.
They had their regular season bye week very early. But the 12 days off prior to this game.
Okay, Jimmy G rolls out. And that's Deebo Samuel. 1st and goal, 49ers at the 1. Yeah, Deebo Samuel has definitely come on in these last few weeks. Hey, Jimmy G keeps it. Does he have enough for the touchdown? Yeah, okay. It looks like he was stopped by the inch of the goal of the end zone. Okay, so it's going to be 2nd goal, 49ers at the 1 yard line. Okay, Claude Bishop says Stephen A. is a effing idiot also. And Coleman goes into the end zone for the touchdown, and the 49ers are back on top as they went 10 plays and 53 yards and 5:35. All right, so the 49ers are back on top, pinning the extra. Okay, Claude Bishop, you said, I'm praying that the Ravens get beat tonight. I think you and every other AFC North fan.
sudden you get the motion and he goes.
Wow, Tevin Coleman just dives in for the touchdown. Okay, Robbie Gold with the extra point, and the kick is good. So it's 14-7 49ers. And man, that overturn on the fumble was a big play because, you know, if that call would have stood, that would have messed up their momentum, and that would have gave the Vikings the ball with some solid field position. And who knows what could have happened once, you know, the Vikings offense had the ball. So now it's the 49ers back on top by 7. So let's see what the Vikings can do, see how they respond. Yeah, Slick Vic, that reverse call of the fumble definitely changed things. No, it was originally ruled a fumble, Slick Vic. They originally ruled it a fumble. But then it showed that the runner was down by contact when the ball came out, so that's why they reversed the call. So let's see how the Vikings will respond. After the 49ers respond with the touchdown, that was set up by the call reversal of the fumble. To me, the Vikings, they definitely have to start at least at the 25-yard line or past the 25-yard line. They cannot get pinned back in their own end zone again. They cannot get pinned back in their own end zone. Because if they get pinned back in their own end zone again, then that's definitely disaster. All right. K Stills Respect says a few years ago, Shannon Sharp took back his case of Mountain Dew from Skip because Skip said Penn State was the best college team. K Slick Vic, right, because that front seven is deadly. Yes, that 49ers front seven is definitely deadly. You do not want to play around with that team. That's a team you do not want to mess with. Want to mess around with that 49ers front seven. I mean, they're one of the few teams that can rush for and press you with the whole front seven. A big third down here for the Vikings to keep the drive alive. Because you definitely don't want to give it back to Jimmy G and that 49ers offense. Or third and 10, my mistake. to Kyle Rudolph, and he's about 4 yards short of the first. So the Vikings will have to punt. Wow. The Vikings will have to punt. So Jimmy G and the 49ers get another crack on offense as they try to extend their lead with a little under 5 minutes left in this second quarter. You know, they definitely want to try to get themselves try to extend this lead to get it bigger by halftime so that their front seven can eat and the offense can basically coast. So can the Vikings defense hold serve and force a 3-and-out and get the ball back to Kirk Cousins to see if he can tie the game up or make it a one-score game? Well, we're going to get these answers within the next 451.
James angles over. Selection.
The 49ers into a 3-and-out here. Definitely cannot have them score any more points, because if you do, then they're definitely going to put their stamp and imprint on this game.
At that spot with 4:45 to go. Back. Wilson throws. Caught. Hallister's hit on the goal line. It's dropped by Dre Greenlaw. The 49ers are going to win the game. No doubt the plays of the year offensive.
All right. Okay, Steelers.
Defense.
Okay, Steelers Respect says Tom Brady is the most clutchest quarterback. I understand what you're saying, clutch quarterback. Okay, as the 49ers are back near their own end zone. They're about at the 6. Okay, Jimmy G hands it off to Coleman, and Coleman gets about a couple of yards.
The 49ers had given up that touchdown inches away. They would have been the 5 seed. Been on the road probably 3 weeks in a row to get to the Super Bowl. Instead, off week here and here next week if they win.
And as much as home field advantage plays into it, that bye week at this time of year is just so significant. We got a chance to play in the Super Bowl one time, and I remember my last year of my career. I felt like I was 25 years old again after that bye week. It's amazing.
Okay, 2nd and 9 for the Niners. Okay. To Telvin Coleman on the outside, and he gets about a good 6 or 7. I say the bye week to me is 50-50. Because sometimes at times it can definitely help you, get rest and be healthy. But you can also be rusty too, because for years, coaches were resting their players after they had clinched their division as well as their seeding. So they hadn't played for a few weeks, they'd be out of rhythm and out of sync. Okay, 3rd and 1. And it looks like Jimmy G has the first. 1st and 10 at the 19. But yeah, sometimes if you haven't played in a few weeks, you definitely rusty, while the wild card teams, they're in a rhythm because they basically had to play the last few weeks to get into the playoffs, or get into that 3rd and 4th seed. Okay, Jimmy G throws, and it's picked off by Eric Kendricks. Eric Kendricks comes up with the pick. So definitely. So that was definitely a good, a good read by Kendricks. He was Johnny on the spot. He comes up with that football. I said it in my divisional preview last night. If Kendricks can be a factor in this game, this can. And he almost had another pick in this game, but just couldn't corral it in. So the Vikings start with some nice field position here. Let's see if they can take advantage. Okay, and Kirk Cousins throws a screen pass to Dalvin Cook, and he gets about a good 4 or 5 yards. Okay, 4 yards, so a 2nd and 6. Yep, so far, Eric Kendricks has definitely been a wild card here. Reasons why that this is a 7-14, 14-7 game instead of, more huge margin for the 49ers as we come to the 2-minute warning. The 49ers, they lead 14-7, but the Vikings have the ball here in these final minutes of the first half. Let's see if they can take advantage and get a score. Can they either kick a field goal to make it a 1-score game, or can they get the touchdown to tie this game back up? We're definitely going to find out. Yep, Kendricks with the pick. Slick Vic, I said, if Kendricks can definitely be a factor in this game, that definitely helps out the Vikings tremendously. Yeah, if they do keep the ball out of Cousins' hands, that could be a factor. Oh, okay. You said you had Stills respect. You asked me who's better between Sean Payton and Mike McCarthy. Well, I gotta say Sean Payton. It seems like Sean Payton gets a little bit more out of his teams than Mike McCarthy does. You always say that Sean Payton wasted Drew Brees' years and didn't get all out of him. But Mike McCarthy, he had a whole bunch of talent on those Packers teams, and I don't think he got too much out of them either. I think they should at least have at least one more Super Bowl appearance. Now, I'm not saying now, they could have had an opportunity to win another Super Bowl, but I definitely think that they shouldn't have lost that NFC Championship game to the Seahawks the way they did. They should not have lost that NFC Championship game. They should have won that game. The Packers definitely should have won that game. It should have been the Packers and the Patriots instead of the Seahawks and the Patriots. Because the Packers, man, they did everything right in that game to win. But they ended up choking in a way. So I definitely think Mike McCarthy didn't get enough bait. Like I said, they should at least have another Super Bowl appearance, if not even if they didn't win it all. They should at least been to another Super Bowl under Mike McCarthy. Those teams were too talented not to make it to another Super Bowl. Okay, 2nd and 6, and Adam Thielen makes the catch for the first down. Okay, now the Vikings are in the red zone. Okay, they come with the heat on Cousins, and he gets rid of it to Dalvin Cook, and Dalvin Cook looks like he has about a good 2 or 3 yards. Let's see where the spot is. They say he doesn't always go to the right spot, but he gets there fast. And that time he's able to find him, get there quickly. Okay, 2nd and 11. Okay, Cooks got hit for a loss. Wow. Okay, Cousins throws outside as he was trying to give it to Stephon. Was it Diggs? No, not Diggs. But there was definitely miscommunication on that play. Definitely miscommunication on that play. So now it's 3rd and 11 for the Vikings. Can they extend the drive or get into the end zone? Or will they have to settle for a field goal as they're running a 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end set? Okay, the Vikings call a timeout to talk it over to see what they're going to run on.
Said Alice. The rabbit hole went straight on like a tunnel for some way.
Okay, Steele's Respect says, imagine if Blake Bortles won a Super Bowl a few years ago, then got released next season for bad performance.
The completely reimagined 2020 GLE.
You also said, I want to see Steelers versus Green Bay rematch in the Super Bowl from 2011. K Slick Vic says, so now I'm going to assume that they are going to get at least 3 points here. Well, okay, we about to find out. Okay, we're about to find out to see if the Vikings can extend the drive or will they have to settle for 3. Here it comes. It's 3rd and 11. Okay, they're going to go 5 wide. And Cousins under pressure and gets sacked. And that's D4 with the sack. So the Vikings are going to have to settle for 3. So let's see if Dan Bailey can make this a 1-score game heading into halftime.
Just a difference maker. This sack team of the 49ers was so good for so long. He went out of the game, and their numbers really just fell off a cliff. So now back in action and in a bit of a new role.
Okay, Dan Bailey is on for to attempt the field goal.
Makes everybody else along that defensive front better. Able to rotate more, give a little bit of rest. 39-yard attempt here for Dan Bailey.
Okay, 39-yard attempt for Dan Bailey. The kick is up. And the kick is barely, and the kick just goes through the barely goes through the upright. So the Vikings cut the lead down to 4 at 14-10 as we're about to head into halftime. So they do somewhat take advantage of the Kendricks pick and get some points on the board. But man, that protection definitely broke down, broke down on the offensive line for the Vikings, on that 3rd and 11 to, end up the protection by the Vikings offensive line definitely broke down on that 3rd and 11 that led Kirk Cousins getting sacked by D4. That definitely shouldn't have happened. And the person that D4 got around was a lot bigger than he was. Compared to that offensive lineman for the Vikings, D4 is a midget. How do you let D4 get around you? The dude look like he's about a good, say, 6'6" and a good 200-something pounds. How do you let D4, a dude that's smaller than you, get around you to sack your quarterback? Okay. They're going to, the 49ers are just going to take a knee and just head to the locker room with this 14-10 lead at halftime, and they're going to receive the second half kickoff.
second half from Levi Stadium.
Right? Y'all gotta excuse me for a second. Okay, Slick Vic says, all right, sweet 4-point game. He also says that's a good observation that the sack shouldn't have happened on paper. Definitely that should not have happened at all. Like I said, the offensive lineman that, was on D Ford, he's a lot bigger than him. Compared to him, D Ford is a midget. No way he should have let D Ford get around him to get to Kirk Cousins. But I'll be right back, y'all, and I'm gonna give my halftime analysis. Excuse me.
One of the first things he did was kids to writing workshop. He actually went there with them, and that makes a big difference.
We're proud of what he's doing in the community that he loves. It's extreme pride to represent where he's from and make people proud.
The NFL season is 17 weeks, 32 teams, 256 games, plus preseason and playoffs. That's over 50,000 plays. Like this one, each generating thousands of data points that can help the NFL understand player health and safety like never before. With Amazon Web Services technology, we'll simulate in-game scenarios millions of times to pinpoint where and how we can advance player safety. And that's building a better game.
You know who really loves fresh food? Amateur chefs, stay-at-home parents, salad lovers, barbecuers, smorgasborders, hors d'oeuvres, fondeurs, and flambeurs, midnight snackers, brown baggers, bakers, and throw in the microwavers. At Kroger, you can get all the fresh you want at a great price with same-day pickup and delivery. Because we believe in fresh for everyone.
Welcome to the Tribe, the Texas Pete tried and true. Home of the bold, flavor-loving land of hot sauce aficionados, where passion is shown, one beloved dash at a time. Always with just the right amount of heat for any occasion. Go forth bravely and share some sauce. Out here, just go Pete or go home. Texas Pete, sauce like you mean it.
It's strange, but I don't express from you. And every single thing you do, it feels nice.
The 2020 Nissan Kicks. Get here today and choose the 2020 Nissan Kicks starting at just $18,870.
I'm baffled by this conflicting evidence.
Jerry murders a child. Everything he does after that is like he's begging us to count him.
The evidence and the counter evidence was struggling with that.
We didn't kill that kid, Rob. There's something else out there. It's worse than I ever imagined.
I'm meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Allied Storm Trackers with this halftime update. We are not covering up the game right now. This is a halftime update to let you guys know what's happening with this weather outside. We have numerous severe thunderstorm warnings that are going through the area right now with very heavy rain and damaging winds. We have 60 to 70 mile an hour winds with this. Take a look at this video that we got earlier in Rome as these storms are moving through. What you're going to see here, a roof that is being taken off of a building. You can see those pieces blowing off of that building with the damage of that roof. This is not from a tornado. This is from strong thunderstorm winds, and that is exactly what is moving through our area right now. What we're going to do is during the game, we're continuing live on the ATL as well as all of our digital channels. Also, you can download our weather app and our news app to keep you up with what's going on with this weather. We are also doing extended coverage on there as well, so you can keep enjoying the game here on 11 Alive as well as watch the app and our digital feeds here so we can keep up with what's going on. If they issue any warnings, we'll do some quick cut-ins on 11 Alive, but we'll do what we can not to interrupt the game.
Minnesota ended up getting a big play with Eric Kendricks, an interception that got them back in the ball game. And if I'm Coach Zimmer, that's what I'm saying to my defense. We're going to have some shots for interception in the second half. We're going to have to make some plays.
Garoppolo 8 of 13, 105 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Let's flip it over to the 49ers defense. They really set a tone in this game early on.
They did. I said before the game started, the team that controlled the other running game would win it. And these guys up front for San Francisco have been unbelievable. Started with Eric Armstead in the pass rush, getting after Kirk Cousins. And I was even more impressed, Rodney, with the way they got after Dalvin Cook in the running game.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that surprised me. I thought Minnesota would have a chance to come in here and have success running the football. This front four was absolutely tremendous. Seems like Alexander linebacker game was smart as well. Only 7 carries, 14 yards to the Vikings in that first half. Do they stick with this run in the second half?
They have to. I think they've got to find a way to get Cook going. They're not going to be able to pass protect if they don't get some running game going, the Vikings.
I think the Vikings offense, they have to take a few more shots down the field because the one shot they took to Diggs, it ended up. First and 4 division playoff game. Tony, what do you guys thought of the game over on CBS tonight? Tennessee and Baltimore. Tony, you like the Jews back here. Good halftime.
Sugar Hill game.
First, Toyota reminds us that they drive can be an adventure when power runs in the family.
All right, I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. Now, here's my halftime analysis here. I mean, I actually like the way the Vikings are playing. You know, they've hung in there. They've been competitive. You know, they've made life a little bit tough on Jimmy G and his 49ers offense. You know, their defense is the main reason why they've stayed in contact with this team, especially Eric Kendricks, the linebacker. You know, I said in my preview, if he could help out Danielle Hunter and Everson Griffin, that would definitely pay some dividends for this defense. And he's definitely done that in his first half. He almost had 2 picks. If he could have just corralled in that first one, then you know, who knows what the score might be right now. But he got the interception late in the second quarter, you know, to set up Kirk Cousins in the Vikings offense with some great field position, but they couldn't take advantage by scoring the touchdown. They had to settle for a field goal. I got thirsty, y'all, so I got some juice here. You know, also the Vikings offense, I just wish they would get into their offense a little bit more quicker. That's the only thing. It seems like they're a little too slow to get into their offense. They definitely need to get into their offense a little bit more quicker in the first half. And also, they definitely need to get Dalvin Cook going a little bit more in the running game in this second half. You know, because when they get Dalvin Cook going, that opens up the passing game for Kirk Cousins. So if they can get Dalvin Cook more carries here in this second half, the Vikings have a great chance of winning this game. Now, the 49ers, you know, it's been their defense. You know, this defense is definitely balled out in this first half.
It's going to be close in the fourth quarter. Don't give up on Dalvin Cook. Keep beating him. He's going to break one eventually.
And Minnesota offensively, I think they have to get Kyle Rudolph a little bit more involved. I know they're focused on the wide receivers and the screen game, but open up that middle of the field by getting him involved.
Definitely agree with Rodney Harrison. They also got to give Kyle Rudolph some touches as well in this second half.
other side of the coin, Kyle Shanahan has to just.
I definitely agree with them on that.
You're in good shape.
You know,
Be careful with the football.
give Dalvin Cook and Kyle Rudolph more involved in the offense in this second half. I think that's what's been missing from the Vikings on offense. Those two haven't gotten enough touches. You know, if they can find a way to give, you know, they need to stick with Dalvin Cook and be patient because eventually he's definitely going to break out for one big run. Now, for the 49ers, like I said, it's been their defense here in this first half. You know, their defense has definitely saved this team's behind because even though the 49ers have been pretty solid offensively, they have not played up to their full potential like they played during the regular season. Excuse me. And I think Jimmy G is definitely showing some nerves here, you know, being a playoff starter for the first time. So they definitely have to find ways to, you know, be more loose, more free on offense. And also, we hardly heard George Kittle's name here in this game. So they got to get George Kittle going here in this second half if the 49ers want to win. You know, the reason why they really have this lead is because of the defense. You know, getting sacks on Kirk Cousins, also applying all kinds of pressure in that front seven. So if the front seven can keep on doing that, getting that pressure, and maybe even forcing a turnover or two, then that would definitely bode well for the 49ers. Okay, and also, I went and made me a bowl of this orange sherbet here from Pierre's. Okay, let me make sure y'all see that.
There's option 1. And then there's option 2.
There we go.
Option 1. Option 2. 1.
Okay, Stills Respect says, these are great wide receivers of my generation. My opinion, Rice, Moss, T.O., A.B., Julio. Respect, that's a pretty good list.
Only candidate to the race who has never taken a penny in contributions from any
So,
special interest. Ever. Independence. It's the way Mike will get it done. I'm Mike Blumberg, and I approve this message.
Hey, I'm Aisha Howard. Join me weeknights at 11 on Uplink.
So I think this second half is going to come down to which defense can impose their will, and also which team's running game will show up. Okay, Slick Vic, you say you love orange sherbet, no doubt. All right now. Definitely think that's what it's going to come down to here in the second half. Which team's running game can be established and which team's defense can show up and, you know, stop the opposing team's offense, and also which team can get the turnover, can win the turnover battle. Because both of these offenses are pretty good. You know, you got some play callers as head coaches on both sidelines, and Kyle Shanahan and Mike Zimmer. Okay, so now we're about to start this third quarter. The 49ers are going to get the second half kickoff.
They scored both times. 49ers will get the ball to start the second half. It begins with the ball getting blown off the tee. Swirling wind here. It's about 58 degrees.
Wow, 58 degrees in California? Wow, climate change is real.
At the rim of Levi Stadium. Second half is underway. James going to kick it at the goal line.
Okay, the Vikings kick it to James, and James looks like he gets about to the 13-yard line.
But he was very upbeat at halftime, telling me he loves the way his entire team is playing, with the exception of the interception late in the second quarter. His key to the second half: just don't turn the ball over. As for Mike Zimmer, he told me his defense hasn't played, quote, very good. He credited the 49ers for making some crazy catches on third down.
My point exactly.
His coverages, and on offense, run the ball downhill, not so much to the perimeter, guys.
Yeah, they have to. He might get a penalty here, Michelle, on the
15-yard penalty.
Wow. And they get and the Vikings special teams gets called for a personal foul. So 15 more yards is tacked on the play for the 49ers. Yeah, because old boy pushed him out of bounds.
calling it on Holton Hill. That would be the Vikings' first penalty.
Okay, Holton Hill pushed him out of bounds, pushed the 49ers special teams player out of bounds after the kickoff. So, yeah, that's not a good penalty at all.
We start for the 37-yard line.
So now the Niners start at the 37-yard line. Okay, they give it to Mostert. And Mostert looks like he gets about a good 2-3 yards.
And it has been the play action passing game for Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers that makes a difference. There they go with another one.
Okay, Jimmy G tries to throw the ball. Is batted down by
I couldn't tell whether or not Harrison Smith right there looked like he was going to go on that pick.
wow. Wow, the Vikings almost come up with another pick. If he could have just, turned around and corralled it, he probably would have had an interception. And Jimmy G throws a hell of a bomb to Kendrick Bourne for a big first down on a gain of 21. Wow.
Because if they don't do that, Garoppolo's not going to have time to make this throw right there. Once you get the one-on-one coverage down the field, not so tough. But for Bourne,
No, still respect. I don't think Kyle Shanahan's an underrated coach. Not this year. I think this man's definitely going to win Coach of the Year. You also asked me, do I think Mike Shanahan or Bill Cowher will ever coach again? I don't think so. Okay, they give it to Tevin Coleman for a few yards. No, I don't think either Shanahan or Bill Cowher will coach again. Steals respect. I mean, Bill Cowher, come on, that man's had multiple offers from teams. Plus, I think he just loves that NFL Today job, where he only has to go in for a few hours a week instead of spending 14 hours in the coach's office. Excuse me. Wow, Tevin Coleman breaks out for a big run to the 25-yard line for a first down. Okay, Slick Vic, you said I think Shanahan got to draw up some plays to get that running game going. If the 49ers get Coleman going and open up play action, Jimmy G's nerves will go away because he will be able to hand the ball. Definitely agree. And you also said off more and have more open space to throw. Definitely agree with you on that. Slick Vic, steals respect. You said Pat Mahomes, Jimmy G, Lamar Jackson, future stars. Definitely would agree with you on that.
Teammates and coaches for 3 words to describe George Kittle. Those in white that you're going to see.
Okay, second down for the 49ers.
2 words tied for the most mentions. Energetic and crazy with freak next. I heard explosive.
K kept, George Kittle. We haven't heard his name all day in this game. K, 2nd and 4 for the 49ers. Excuse me. Okay, they give it to Mostert. Mostert gets about a good maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, this is an offense, and Mike Zimmer knows it, that they want to try and stretch you wide. They want to try to get those inside defensive tackles, Joseph and Stephen, running sideways, and then they hit you backside off the back end of that thing. But this is a huge play right here. Zimmer squad really needs to stop.
Okay, this is definitely a huge play here for the Vikings to stop. Okay, Jimmy G with the fake. And he's under pressure and he's forced to throw it away. So it's 4th and 2 and the 49ers are going to bring out the field goal unit. That was by the Vikings to force the field goal to make this a 7-point game. Excuse me. That was nice pressure. That was some good pressure by front 4. Okay, 35 for Robbie Gold. And the kick is good. So it's 17-10 San Fran. And Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense will get their first crack at offense of the second half. Definitely. That was definitely good by the Vikings to hold the 49ers to a field goal. Close game to make this basically a 1-possession game, a 1-score game. So let's see if Kirk Cousins can tie it up. Excuse me.
Have you ever wondered what the motorcade driver drives?
Between Michael Vick and Lamar Jackson steals respect, I would have to go with Lamar Jackson. Okay, and I definitely agree that Michael Vick should have won a Super Bowl. It's a shame. It's still messed up that he never got a chance to win one with the career he had. All right, so the Vikings here in the second half, they have to be more quicker on offense. They got to get Dalvin Cook and Kyle Rudolph involved more. They cannot have him take any sacks.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. I think we're going to swap over to over 75 years of savings and service. Well, we're just going to swap over. Yep. Bump the brakes on this, swap it over to that. Pump the brakes and swap over. That's right.
So,
instead of all this I've already out.
So definitely they have to, get some of their weapons going. If they could do that, that would definitely go a long way.
The coach of the Denver Broncos, Gary Kubiak, was there as a player and an assistant coach. Kyle Shanahan, of course, was the kid growing up. He was there as well. Kubiak would go on to Houston, coach the Texans, brought Kyle there, and now he is here, Texans head coach for 8 seasons with Shanahan as an assistant. So those three go.
That is very interesting. Mike Shanahan and Gary Kubiak worked together in Denver. Also, Kubiak played for Shanahan as well. Okay, Ramir Abdullah. Okay, breaks out for a nice run on the return and a little past the 30-yard line. So that was a nice kickoff return right there.
Had a chance to maybe go back to Denver. Then he was told, Zimmer was told.
So also, Gary Kubiak won 2 Super Bowls with Shanahan while he was the offensive coordinator in Denver. And then, as y'all all know, Gary Kubiak won a Super Bowl with the head coach a few years ago. But unfortunately, he had to step down from head coaching due to health issues. But now he's back working with the Vikings as basically an offensive consultant with the offensive coordinator, Kevin Stefanski.
You can't let that backside end come crashing down there. So it'll be up to Kirk Cousins.
Okay, Dalvin Cook rushes for a yard. 2nd and 9 for the Vikings. Cousins throws and throws incomplete. As Nick Bosa bats the ball away. And it's quickly 3rd and 9. They're being too slow on offense. Get to your offense quicker. Yep. Yep. Nick Bosa bats away Dalvin Cook as he tries to catch the pass. So it's 3rd and 9 for the Vikings. Cousins throws and it's picked off by Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman comes up with the pick, but there's a flag on the play. And Brian O'Neill, the Vikings offensive lineman, is down. But let's see the flag on the play.
Kirk Cousins said, I'm not going to Richard Sherman's side unless I have to. I guess he had to, because this time Thielen's going to come out. Sherman's going to beat him to the route. Thielen's going to stop. Sherman's going to be right there. It is just so hard to do anything to fool that guy. You literally see quarterbacks say, I'm not going there. And there is a reason why.
It's such a key guy now.
Okay, now what's the flag?
Very little postseason experience except for him. His 3rd postseason interception. Here's the blindside block by Bosa that takes.
Oh, okay. So it looks like they're going to get Bosa for the blindside block on Brian O'Neill. Looks like that's what they're going to get him on. Get the 49ers on.
After the interception, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 97 of the intercepting.
Yep. So that's going to push the 49ers back. That's something you cannot do if you're Nick Bosa. You cannot give an offensive lineman a blindside hit after your cornerback makes a pick and gives your offense great field position. That was a dumb move by Nick Bosa. Very dumb move. He'll be getting his behind too. You do not do that to an opponent, especially after your cornerback makes a great play to give the ball back to the offense and gives you pretty good field position. Now you put your offense in the hole by pinning them back because of your dumbass actions. Yeah, steals respect. Richard Sherman is a little over 30. Okay, so the 49ers begin at the 44-yard line. Slick Vic says Sherman, there's his name, was wondering if he would be a factor.
Yeah, and right now you're seeing the Minnesota Vikings, especially on early downs.
But
talking it over with Thielen, who obviously
that illegal blindside penalty was uncalled for by Nick Bosa. That was a dumb move. That's something you definitely don't do after an interception and your cornerback puts your offense in a great position to get great field position to score, with a chance to score again. Okay, 2nd and 6. And they give it to Tevin Coleman for the first down. And Coleman is definitely becoming a factor.
Is intended to do. Everybody goes that way, and then the back can come all the way back. So this play literally could go from the boundary to all the way back.
Wow. There was nobody between Tevin Coleman and in Oakland.
Campbell ride the hot hand, whoever it is, at running back.
Okay, they give it to Tevin Coleman again. As he gets about a good 6 yards, 2nd and 4 for the 49ers.
Outside zone run is how quickly the offensive lineman can get off the ball.
But man, that pick definitely hurt.
They feel like that it's like a track.
Especially it was their first offensive possession of the second half. That definitely hurt. Okay, Mostert is back in. And they give it to Mostert. And he gets the first down. Looks like he got about a good 5 yards. 5 or 6 yards.
You know, a team starts pounding you. They start running the football.
And the 49ers already have 111 rushing yards. And the Vikings only have 15. They've gotten too daggone pass happy. That's why. They haven't featured Dalvin Cook in the running game. My brother TC, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for joining me. Okay, they give it to Mostert again. And he gets about 2 yards, 2 or 3 yards.
So easy to talk about George Kittle, the pass receiver. But watch what he can do. He's out there against Everson Griffin. Now, how many times this year have we seen tight ends trying to block great pass rushers on the edge? And just
Okay, got 4, 2nd and 6 for the 49ers. As they're in the red zone. Okay, they give it to Mostert, and Mostert gets about 3. No, I meant 4. My mistake. It's 3rd and 2. So can the Vikings force the 49ers to kick another field goal here again? Or will the 49ers go for the jugular and get the touchdown? Yes, they have. And Coleman to the 7 and fights his way to the 2-yard line. Boy, it took about a good 3 or 4 Vikings defensive players to bring him down. But it's 1st and goal, 49ers at the 2-yard line. All right, I'm seeing people coming here to the live stream. Make sure you hit the like button. Also, I want your thoughts here on the game. Also, you can give me your thoughts on the other matchup tonight between the Titans and the Ravens. Who do you think will win that game? Okay, they give it to Tevin Coleman for the touchdown. And the 49ers are trying to bust this game wide open as it's now 23-10 with the extra point impending from Robbie Gould. So the 49ers, they take advantage of the Kirk Cousins pick and also overcome the dumb Nick Bosa penalty and get the touchdown. Okay, Robbie Gould, the kicker, is on for the extra point. Snap, kick is up, and good. So now it's 24-10, 49ers. As Richard Sherman came up with the pick on Kirk Cousins, and Tevin Coleman drives it in for the score. So now the 49ers are up by 2 scores. As they take advantage of the Kirk Cousins pick.
What the motorcade driver drives when
K, Stills respect. You said the Ravens are nothing but hype. The Texans will beat them. You also said Le'Veon Bell said he want to switch switch positions to wide receiver one day. But if he does, do you think it will be best if he drops muscle weight to move a lot faster? Yeah, that would definitely help. Steals respect. Also, Intelligence Cycle says San Fran doing what they should have been doing, running the ball and settle down. Them gadget plays won't work. I definitely agree. K Slick Vic. Excuse me. Apologize, y'all. I'm having a little connection issue here on this live stream. K Slick Vic says the Ravens are for real, man. Believe that. But it'll still be close. Okay, so Slick Vic is going with the Ravens at home. Wow, so definitely can't wait. I mean, we're under a little bit under 2 hours from kickoff, so we're definitely going to see. And I will be back here to do that live stream at 8 o'clock. So y'all come back for that live stream.
This divisional playoff game being brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes would save you 15% or more.
Okay, they're showing the top moments, playoff moments for the 49ers. The late Dwight Clark catch, the comeback that was with Jeff Garcia and T.O. And Vernon Davis game-winning touchdown.
So many incredible, indelible memories. 5-1 in 25 years since 1994.
And also, I'm going to give y'all some trivia about the 49ers. When the 49ers were on their run back in the 80s and the 90s, Eddie DeBartolo and the DeBartolo family owned the 49ers back then, and they're from my home state of Ohio. Also, DeBartolo owned, the Randall Park Mall in Cleveland, as well as the racing track Thistledown. So there's some trivia for you, Niners fans. From my home state, Ohio. Also, unfortunately, DeBartolo was forced to, step down due to the fact he went through a scandal back in the early 2000s. So now his nephew, Jed York, runs the team. Okay, as Kirk Cousins throws to Hill and he gets drilled and looks like he got about 5 Cousins throws under duress to Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, and it's third down and looks like 3rd down and 4. Yep, the speed in the pass rush is in full effect for the 49ers. Intelligence Cycle, I agree. Okay, I'm glad you'll be back, Slick Vic, and thank you for the compliment, brother. Okay, 3rd and 4 for the Vikings, and Cousins takes off, throws, and it's broken up as he tried to get it to Kyle Rudolph. I don't know why Kirk Cousins just didn't take it himself for the first down. I mean, come on, all you had to do was get 4 or 5 yards. It's not that hard. Kirk Cousins should have took that ball himself. You're already down 2 scores. You got to come out with that sense of urgency now. You're already down 2 scores. Kirk Cousins should have took that ball and ran for the first down. Okay, 4th and 4. as the Vikings will punt. Nah, Steelers respect. I can't go there. No way in the world I can compare Kirk Cousins to Blake Bortles. No. I definitely won't go that far. Shoot, Blake Bortles can keep up with Kirk Cousins even on his best day. Blake Bortles, Blake Bortles went into Heinz Field and beat your Steelers, so okay, Slick Vic says, yeah, Kirk is decent. Yeah, I can't agree with Steele's respect. Kirk Cousins ain't no trash quarterback.
Judge Sarah Thomas, who last season became the first woman to be part of an NFL postseason officiating for the game. She said, "I'm glad my daughter's old enough to see this and understand how significant it is."
Very cool. There's Sarah Thomas.
Glad my daughters are old enough to see that too. Yeah. I love that.
That you are.
Chris, shut up. No, I'm just playing. Okay, 1st and 10 for the 49ers at the 17. Okay, they give it to Tevin Coleman, and he rushes for about 5 or 6 yards.
You know the story, drafted in the second round by New England back in 2014. Apparently, he was going to be the successor to Tom Brady. Spent 3.5 years there, and then finally, because they were going to have to pay him a lot of money in the 5th year, trade him over here. Remember, he's the guy back in 2014. That team, the Patriots, started out 2-2. He comes in Kansas City in a Monday night game when New England got killed and looks good. The 22-yard line now, and hand the ball off.
Okay, give it to Coleman again. Coleman gets about a good 2-3 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 1.
What about that situation? And that is the famous
Steelers respect, says Kirk, the undefeated legend Cousins.
Whether or not there was a quarterback controversy now, and Belichick laughed because that's all I can remember. He just laughed.
Steelers respect, you something else, man. Okay, 3rd and 1 for the 49ers. And they stuffed not Kirk Cousins. They stuffed Tevin Coleman to force a 3 and out. So that was a good defensive 3 and out by the Vikings to give the ball back to their offense.
They're going to block down. And he just gets a free run. Maybe was supposed to at least take a shot. Gave up on it. That was that. So the Vikings got done what they had to get done there.
So let's see if they can get some decent field position here, the Vikings.
second punt of the game. His first was 37 yards. Drain that clock all the way down.
Loses it, and the 49ers recover. Wow. And they are at the 10-yard line. Wow. Unfreaking believable. Wow, Sherrell's man never even had a chance, never even had a chance to have a fair catch. Wow, the ball bounces through his hand, bounces on his hands. Wow. Boy. So now the 49ers get another crack on offense to blow this game open. Wow. Oh, man. If you're a Vikings fan, I know y'all are ticked off right now in the Twin Cities. Y'all are very ticked off in the Twin Cities. And I can't say I blame you. Wow. Man, Cheryl's, I'm sorry. Cheryl's, man. You got to find some way to come up with that ball. So it's first and goal for the Niners at the 10. Okay, they give it to Mostert. Boy.
They're starting to play a little bit of that 6-1 defense now that we saw the Patriots.
K Stills Respect said fans was booing Blake Bortles at the draft when they find out he was going to be the Jaguars quarterback. Intelligent Cycle says the Vikes can't dig into the screen game, and I didn't know the Bartlow family was from Ohio. Interesting tribute. Yeah, Eddie DeBartolo definitely is from Ohio. K Slickbit says, wow, can't believe it. Ha ha. Steelers Respect says, breaking news. Tom Brady is the real father. Jimmy G. They did a DNA test. His real name is Jimmy Brady. Steelers Respect, man. You something else, man. I swear, you something else, dude. But, wow, man. Unbelievable. So the 49ers, they get another opportunity to score, and they could definitely blow this game wide open. As it's going to be third and goal at the 4th, starting the 4th quarter. Heck, even if they just get a field goal, they've blown this game open. They'll be up by 3 scores. Wow. Thanks to Cheryl's fumbling the ball. Unbelievable.
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over. This gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's leaving.
Intelligent Cycle says the Steelers Respect, you something else, bro. Yeah, Steelers Respect is definitely something else. Man.
AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices.
So, here we go. 4th quarter is about to come up, and the 49ers are inching closer to advancing to the NFC Championship game and await the winner of tomorrow's Seahawks-Packers game to see who they're going to play, who's going to come to the Bay Area and take them on at Levi Stadium. And also, y'all can join me for that live stream tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. As I will be live streaming during that game. That's a part of the subscriber's choice. Also, y'all make sure y'all come back here Monday night as I'll be live streaming during the national championship game between LSU and Clemson. And also, next Saturday, I will be live streaming the Lakers and Rockets game. You know, that's going to be a good one as LeBron and James Harden, LeBron and AD go up against Harden and Westbrook. So y'all definitely don't want to miss these live. Okay, 3rd and goal for the 49ers to start this 4th quarter. Okay, they throw a shovel pass to Kittle, and the play goes awry. So it's 4th and goal. So the 49ers are going to bring on their field goal unit. But like I said, y'all don't want to miss these live streams that I got coming up. Monday is going to be the national championship live stream at 7:30. You know, next Saturday, I'm going to live stream during the Lakers and Rockets game as LeBron and AD go up against Harden and Westbrook. Then next Sunday, I'm going to be live streaming the AFC and NFC championship games. Okay, Robbie Gold knocks it through. And now it's a 3-possession game, 27-10, early in the fourth quarter. So, you know, y'all come in and stay tuned for these live streams. Okay, Slick Vic, you said, man, those are all good live streams. I forgot the LSU game was Monday night too. Yeah. Definitely can't wait for that game, man. I can't wait to see who walks away with the national championship this year. You know, is Clemson going to repeat, or will LSU win their first title since 2008? Man, that's going to be a good one. You know, you got 2 Southern college teams. Also, that's going to be a big home field advantage for LSU because I know it's going to be a lot of LSU fans packing the Superdome. So I can't wait to see. I can't wait till that game kicks off. Okay, Stills Respect, you asked me, do you think Drew Brees will win another championship? He has a great chance. I mean, he still has a chance. He still has the chance to win another Super Bowl, Steelers Respect. So I'm not going to say, you know, his window has closed on that. Excuse me.
This Caribbean jerk chicken makes me think maybe we should.
Yep. I still think Drew Brees has a chance of winning another championship. But the window is slowly closing. It hasn't fully closed yet. You said Steelers Respect. You said Carson Wentz is overrated. You wish he would replace Big Ben. Yeah, Carson Wentz is definitely flew under the radar this year, but the reason why Carson Wentz hasn't gotten his props because the last couple of years, you know, he spent the rest of the season on injury. I mean, come on, look what happened a few years ago. A backup QB came in and won the Eagles a Super Bowl, and he was named Super Bowl MVP. So, you know, Carson Wentz hadn't really had a full chance to show and prove what he can do in the playoffs. You know, that was even cut short last week against the Seahawks as he got hurt, late in the second quarter. Okay, the 49ers kick it off as Abdullah, you know, runs past a little bit past the 30-yard line, and that's where the Vikings will start. Yeah, I'm sweating under these lights. Y'all gotta excuse me.
And Eric Armstead, maybe the biggest game of all so far in this one, making plays up and down the line of scrimmage, getting sacks, getting pressure all day on Kirk Cousins.
Okay, 1st and 10 for Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. He throws it and throws it behind Adam Thielen. So 2nd and 10.
Who's in the mix for the Cleveland Browns head coaching job. He got interviewed by the Browns that came out here during the week. So we talked about Stefanski on the other side, Saleh on this side. There's Kevin. Both guys in the mix for Cleveland.
Both competing for the same job, and so far it's been Saleh allowing Minnesota just 90 yards in this one.
Okay, 2nd and 10. Wow, the ball bounces through the air, but the offensive lineman Garrett Bradbury comes up with it. Wow. I'll admit that's a nice catch by Bradbury. As you know, Chris and Al are commenting on Salah and Stefanski both interviewing for the Browns job, and it's 3rd and 8 for the Vikings. Okay, Kirk Cousins stepping up, and he gets sacked again. And Nick Bosa's a little gingerly on the field after the sack. Wow, man. Man, this 49ers defense has just been lights out here in this game, especially in the second half. They've got all kinds of sacks on Kirk Cousins. Steals Respect says Carson is better than Andy Dalton and Kirk Cousins.
So Minnesota's had 8 drives in the game.
K Slick Vic says he's a tryhard in my eyes, but he's decent. Not worth $35 million though. K Slick Vic says I think Wentz's team isn't about him. They said he has had a bad he has a bad ego and he's always hurt trying to do too much. Okay, now Steals Respect also says if the report is true that Bill Belichick is interested in Andy Dalton, that's stupid. LOL. Imagine if Andy Dalton won a Super Bowl with the Patriots. Like I said, Steals Respect many times. If that were to happen, that would be considered one of the greatest systems of all time. If Andy Dalton can win a Super Bowl with the Patriots, that's the only reason why Andy Dalton will win a Super Bowl with the Patriots, because of the system, not him. All right, now, so they give it back to the 49ers as they're going to try to extend their lead early here in the fourth quarter with 12:50 to play. And this 49ers defense has just been balling, boy. They've been balling, man. They've ran all kind of schemes at Kirk Cousins, all kinds of blitzes. They rushed 7, they rushed 4. Man, this 49ers defense has been balling. Wow. They have just been balling from start to finish in this game.
In fast food, there's value. Then there's fresh value from Subway. Like the 6-inch oven roasted chicken for just $2.99. It's seasoned all white meat chicken raised without antibiotics. Start the year off fresh. Fresh value only from Subway.
Sprint has great news for you. For just $35 a month.
Well, what a deal.
And Sprint has a 100% total satisfaction guarantee. While I think their network and savings are great, you don't just have to take my word for it. Try it out. See the savings for yourself.
You know, it looks like the 49ers are going to advance to the NFC Championship game. Who do y'all think is going to join them in the NFC Championship game? Who you got tomorrow's NFC Divisional matchup between the Seahawks and the Packers? K Slick Vic says they for sure seem like they showed up. Steals Respect? No. I'll rephrase that. No, and hell, starter in the NFL again. Okay, Steals Respect said Teddy Bridgewater would be a good replacement for Breeze when he retires. Yeah, I think Teddy Bridgewater is a pretty solid QB.
50-50 as it can be. But in this particular case, he'll take 2 to 1.
Okay, Slick Vic, you say you got the Seahawks on the road. You said Russell Wilson can make a play with nothing. Okay, now 2nd and 8 for the 49ers as they have 145 rushing yards and
So far for this Vikings offense, they have been able to run it, do their play action, do their bootlegs. None of the above today.
okay, they give it to Tevin Coleman. And looks like Tevin Coleman got about a good, maybe good couple of yards, good 6 yards. So it's 3rd down and 4 for the Niners.
Went down in New Orleans. Actually, both these cousins about you can't get it done in those moments anymore.
3rd and 4 for the 49ers. Jimmy G throws. And it's dropped by. And it was dropped by Bourne. So the Vikings will punt. Yeah, that was an easy 1st down that Bourne didn't get. Okay, Slick Vic, you say, or should I say out of nothing? Respect, you said it's rumored that RG3 might be a starter when this season is over and teams may be interested or so. Still respect, you said that RG3 may be a starter again next season and teams are rumored to maybe start. Showing the, they're showing the Stephon Diggs Minnesota Miracle from a couple of years ago in the playoffs against the Saints near midfield. Okay, they give it to Dalvin Cook, and Dalvin Cook gets a nice run for about 6 or 7. Okay, 2nd and 3 or 2nd and 4. So it's 3rd and 6 as Cook is knocked back for a couple of yards, 2-yard loss.
This is a team that really does.
Wow. DeForest Buckner gets the sack on Kirk Cousins. I can't think of a team right now steals respect. I don't think any team in the NFL will want RG3 as their starter. He would just be a backup in this game. Okay, as Cole quick punt. Wow. That defense has been relentless all game.
She's always on social media.
He's always watching sports. Someone video chat.
Unbelievable.
My parents are getting older, so knowing that I can get in touch with them at any time is really comforting.
It's the plan they need, and Disney Plus on us. Plus one of our best phones when you buy one. That's Verizon.
The Hyundai Tucson was named an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. It can protect the ones you love.
Okay, see a couple of more people asking me some questions. Okay, where do you think OBJ will go? Will the Browns extend his contract? Well, I'm not sure. And more I sat down and thought about the whole, OBJ won out of Cleveland. I thought more about these last couple of days. This is just my opinion. Y'all may agree or disagree. I think Odell wanted out of Cleveland because of Freddie Kitchens. So intelligence cycle, I think it's going to depend on, whoever they hire, whichever coach they hire, and see how their relationship can be. Because I definitely think he had a lot of frustration with Freddie Kitchens. So did a lot of other players. So I think it's going to depend on, who the Browns hire for the head coach. What happens with OBJ? Steelers respect, no. Odell's not coming to the Steelers. Okay, I'm sorry. He does not want to go to the Steelers. Matter of fact, since you keep on pushing that narrative, Steelers respect. Why do you think OBJ would want to go to the Steelers? Okay, Intelligence Cycle says, I didn't hear your thoughts on the Cowboys hiring Mike McCarthy. Well, Intelligence Cycle, I wasn't surprised that they hired Mike McCarthy. Plus, and I wasn't surprised McCarthy, didn't take that job. I definitely thought he would take that job if it became available because, it's a prestigious franchise, just like Green Bay. Also, he would take Jerry Jones a little bit more seriously, even though Jerry Jones has done his BS the past 20 plus years. But still, that even though the Cowboys haven't done much in the last 2 decades, they still carry that prestige for some reason. It seems like they get unbelievable passes, even though they really haven't had a lot of playoff success, in recent memory. And also, I think when the Browns fired John Dorsey, I definitely think that sent the red flag for him because Mike McCarthy and Dorsey had a pretty good relationship going back to their days in Green Bay. So, I'm not surprised, and it could be a good move for the a good move for McCarthy. Okay. Steelers respect, man. Big Ben's on his last leg, dude. Shoot, Big Ben can't even stay healthy these days. So Big Ben's on his way out, dude. And also, Odell never said he wanted to be in Pittsburgh either. You keep on acting like that OBJ wants to be in Pittsburgh. He came out and said it. He never wants to get traded to Pittsburgh. Please, Big Ben and AB did not have good chemistry. Every time they lost, he would blame AB for their failures. And he would do the same thing with Odell. If they lose, it would be Odell's fault, even though he would have threw the ball wrong, in the wrong route, excuse me. Okay, Slick Vic says, Cowboys get a pass because they're America's team, quote unquote. Definitely. They get constant passes, for their failures despite because they have that America's team label. Even though, in my opinion, the Cowboys have not been America's team ever since 97. They have not been America's team since 1997. Okay, they give it to Matt Breida. And it looks like he may have the first. Okay, he's a little bit short as it's 5:30 left in the game. Okay, the 49ers are trying to go no huddle here quickly on this 4th and 1. Or try to take time off. Maybe they're just going to take a delay of game. Okay, they're gonna punt. Looks like they're just gonna take a delay of game penalty.
I think I heard his lineman. They all have to jump off.
Okay, Slick Vic, you agree with me that they haven't been America's team for ever since '97, right?
His lineman said, I'll paraphrase, what the heck?
They haven't been America's team, and Jerry Jones, he's been a crappy GM. He's been a very crappy GM. And a lot of people still want to make it like, oh, he can still put the team together that could ultimately win another Super Bowl. No, Jerry Jones needs to give up GM duties and hire a GM. Just be the daggone owner. Because let's be real, you know, he hasn't done well in the talent department ever since he's taken over GM. He's definitely need to relinquish the GM duties to somebody else. Definitely needs to give up the GM duties here. I mean, in Dallas. You know, just worry about being an owner. And not only that, come on, you get rid of the coach that won you 2 Super Bowls. That's asinine. Okay, AB has been putting up good numbers with the Steelers. Well, with the Steelers every year with the Steelers. There is no receiver who put up better numbers like that every season. But on the flip side, when things didn't go right, Steelers respect, Big Ben threw AB under the bus. And Big Ben has a history of throwing his receivers under the bus. I mean, come on. That man did that to Hines Ward. Hines Ward, a Super Bowl MVP. So there's drawbacks to playing with Big Ben too. Okay, Slick Vic, you said Jerry Jones is living in the past. He needs to get his hands out of it all and be the owner. Him getting in the way has been the whole problem in Dallas. Exactly, Slick Vic. That's why the Cowboys haven't, been that much successful over the last 20-some years. Because Jerry Jones has got his hands in too much, is basically, becoming meddling and micromanaging the team. He definitely needs to, stop being, needs to give up the GM duties and stop being so hands-on with the team. He's definitely holding that team back from having any success. Because like they got talent in, Dak, Zeke, Amari, the defensive player. His name slips me right now. Okay, as Vikings are back on offense, Kirk Cousins gets it to Irv Smith for the first down. Y'all, excuse me, I'm sweating under these lights. Cousins throws to Dalvin Cook and gets tripped up. Fred Warner gets the stop. 2nd and 8. As the Vikings are at midfield. Okay, throws it to Thielen for the first down. No, he's a yard short of the first. Excuse me. It's 3rd and 1.
Possession advantage for the 49ers. Under 3 minutes now left in the fourth. Here's Cook, and he can't get
they give it to Dalvin Cook, and he cannot get the first. Yes, Steelers respect. Odell said that he would not want to be traded to Pittsburgh if he wanted to get traded out of Cleveland. He said it. Pittsburgh, he would not definitely would not want to get traded to Pittsburgh. Okay, Steelers respect. You also said Steelers are loaded up the offense, are loaded up the offense for next season. They need a good number one receiver. Juju isn't doing good as a number one receiver. He should be number two. Okay, also Slick Vic says seems like they're moving the chains, but not seeming urgent. I agree. The Vikings, yeah, they are moving the change, but they're not playing with that sense of urgency. Like, they're not playing like their season is on the line. Okay, Intelligent Cycle said, I had you going in with Skip hatred on Mahomes. It was insane, and he's upset that his teams are my advice. He needs to get over it. Because Skip, Intelligence Cycle, because Skip came with a very asinine take talking about Mahomes is a spoiled child and gets everything he wants. No, he doesn't. No way he gets everything he wants, and he's not spoiled. The man has earned basically everything he has. Okay. Now maybe, yeah, he can't. Okay, it's not his fault that he came from money. His pop was a former athlete. He played professional baseball for a long time. Okay, Steelers respect says, laugh out loud. Imagine if the Steelers brought back AB. Man, that would be very interesting if they did. That would be very interesting if the Steelers brought back AB. I don't think it would happen because, he was kicking and screaming about how he wanted to leave Pittsburgh. But now he would want to come back. Like I said, I don't think it would happen, but you never know. Sometimes fence can be mended. So we're going to wait and see if AB will return to Pittsburgh.
I'm here at home with officers Martinez and Endicott. They're here because my Simply Safe security camera captured an uninvited guest. Simply Safe monitoring pros use the video to have a little chat with police. The officers tell me that video verification helps them get there.
Okay, Slick Vic says, I don't think AB is even coming back to the NFL. Steelers respect. You say Steelers need to get the killer bees back together. Bell and AB, we need a Super Bowl. I'm sorry. I don't think you could win. I'm sorry. I think Big Ben is close to being done. I'm sorry. Couple seasons, Ben hasn't been able to even play a full season.
No matter what size adventure you're into.
Big Ben, come on. Big Ben is basically in the twilight of his career. He only has another good, year or two left, and he's done. So, the Steelers have definitely better get to work on finding, their replacement for Ben because, he's not going to be able to hold up forever. Okay, Slick Vic says, I can expand on that. I basically think even if he gets signed, he got so many hoops to go through before he can get on the field. I agree with that too, because let's keep it real. Some of the stuff Antonio Brown's done, makes teams kind of leery to trust him. Okay, Steelers respect says AB always works out in the Steelers uniform and helmet. And a fan tweeted him back to the Steelers in 2020, and AB suggested he would want to come back. He could say that, but it would be up to the front office. Do they want him back, and do they want to deal with all those problems that he had in the past, especially the problems he had with Big Ben? That's what it boils down to.
Last 5 games this season for Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers. Boy, oh boy, you look at this. Against the Ravens, went down to the end. Against the Saints, went down to the end. Against the Falcons, went down to the last 9 seconds. Against the Rams, right down to the end. Against the Seahawks, you all know what happened there at the end of the game. So every one of them, a total sweat job.
Wow, the last 5 games for the 49ers, most of them went down, all of them went down to the wire. And they went 3-2 in those games. Okay, it's 3rd and 2 for the 49ers as they're about 154 away, a minute and 54 away from advancing to the NFC Championship game. Okay, the Vikings stuff the 49ers on 3rd and 2.
If Hollister gets into the end zone, the Seahawks are the number 3 seed and would have played a wild card game at home last week instead of in Philadelphia. The 49ers would have been the 5 seed
And played in Philly.
Philadelphia, and had they won, they're probably on to Green Bay, and then on the road for the championship game in all likelihood. Instead, because of that, they're number 1. Got a week off, 2 home games.
And New Orleans would have had a bye, so they wouldn't have lost last week. So, you know,
okay.
The whole thing was turned upside down by a whisper, by less than a
Okay,
Steelers.
and
the great thing about it was a clean tackle. Head's not in there, no controversy.
Right, y'all, excuse me. Having this little connection issue here. So y'all bear with me so I can read y'all comments. Wow, Breida loses the ball and the Vikings may have recovered. Wow, Anthony Barr comes up with the fumble. Wow. Okay, Steelers respect, you said, and AB tweeted Mason Rudolph and said he wished he was there to help.
I think more than in the history when I've been watching or playing football, it has become an art form getting that ball out, and it may well yet decide playoff.
Steelers respect. Are you referring to the incident between Mason Rudolph and Myles Garrett back in November? Okay, and then Slick Vic, and then do they want to deal with Roger Goodell putting him on the commissioner's exempt list? Also, Slick Vic, you said then he is going to have to serve a suspension, I'm sure, for what he's done, even if he's reinstated. Okay, Steelers respect. You asked how many games will AB have to serve if Steelers sign him? Slick Vic says that's the question. That's the question. No one knows really, but it could be 6 games to a year. I don't think AB would get a year. I think he would get 6 games at the most.
The entire second defense that they could put in is in the game right now.
All right, so the Vikings get the ball back with 1:23 left in the game, and Kirk Cousins gets sacked by Anthony Zittle. Wow. Man, you know, the main thing in this game today for the Vikings, the defense, they did whatever they could, but the offense did not help them out in this game. The offense did not do them any favors here at all.
Game after game, and really for Kirk Cousins, no chance in this one. Never established a run. Protection wasn't there. Just got beat by a better team. This is clearly a better football team in the San Francisco 49ers.
That's true.
Minnesota taking its final time.
Okay, so it's 2nd and 22 for the Vikings.
And playing to go to the Super Bowl right here next week. It is amazing. It gives you chills when you're over there talking about it with your teammates.
Not leaving home. Cousins pressured again.
Wow, Kirk Cousins gets sacked again.
Gets this one.
And it's Nick Bosa. Man, oh man.
Ohio State rookie. Most Pro Bowl votes of any defensive player.
Okay, Steel's respect, you said no. AB said he wished he was there to help Mason Rudolph because the Steelers' offense was struggling. Okay, Slickvick said, so you say there's no chance for the Vikings to come back at all? None whatsoever, Slickvick. None. Because this 49ers defense has just been relentless. They've been very relentless. Okay, and Steelers respect said if AB was with Mason Rudolph, I bet he would caught those passes unlike the rest of those receivers. That's not a guarantee. I still think Mason Rudolph is not that good of a QB. Even if he would have had AB, I still don't think it would have made a difference. Mason Rudolph is not that good. Even when the Steelers were on that winning streak, they won in spite of him, not because of him. Okay, and the ball goes over on downs, and the 49ers will get into victory formation and kneel this game out. The 49ers are moving on to the NFC Championship game for the first time since 2013. And they will play the winner of tomorrow's Seahawks and Packers game as Kyle Shanahan and GM John Lynch are celebrating. So 49ers are going to await the winner of the Packers and Seahawks game tomorrow night. So Jimmy G is in victory formation. They kneel it out, and this game is over. The 49ers are in the NFC Championship game for the first time in about 5 years. They're going to take on the winner of the Seahawks and Packers game tomorrow night. And they're going to be playing the NFC Championship game at home. You know, Jimmy G had a pretty nice game. Tevin Coleman was the man here today. Tevin Coleman basically put this team on his back because they did not pass the ball that much. So he took them all the way home to this game, and also the 49ers defense, carried them as well. Cats like Nick Bosa, D4, Eric Armstead, they were men among boys here in this game. As they got the pressure on Kirk Cousins, they got a few sacks off of him. So the 49ers defense dominated this game from start to finish. The offense was pretty solid, but it was the defense that carried the day. Okay, Slick Vic says, yeah, Mason Rudolph ain't Kyle Rudolph. Steel's respect asked me, what's your thoughts on the helmet incident? Now, my thought on the helmet incident, man, that was just crazy. When I first saw it happen, I just thought it was just gonna be, a little scuffle just between Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph. But then he takes his helmet and just clocks him upside the head, and I was like, wow, that's just bizarre. I have never seen that in an NFL game. But I do think everybody involved in that incident should have been suspended. In my opinion, everybody. Even Mason Rudolph, he should have at least gotten one game. And also, Rudolph instigated the whole incident by kicking Garrett in his groin. But Myles Garrett, ever since the whole incident has happened, he's been a model citizen. You haven't heard him about getting into any trouble. So definitely think he's going to be back on the field in 2020. Okay. Slick Vic says, can't wait to see the 49ers play the winner. Intelligent Cycle said, yeah, let me add on to that because Mahomes has weapons, Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, Sammy Watkins, etc. That makes him spoiled. And I agree. Jerry Jones has been a crappy GM. He has let his own ego get in the way. Slick Vic says Mason has, just antagonized him really, but Miles got some anger. Damn, LOL. Steals respect. Miles could have killed him. Yeah, that's true. Definitely. But the only thing I had a problem with that incident was how the NFL handled it. That's my issue. That's my main issue with Roger Goodell. He is not consistent. Everybody involved should have been suspended. Myles Garrett, he got his punishment, being suspended for the rest of the season. Larry Ogunjobi and Marquise Pouncey, all of them got suspended, a game or two. But Mason Rudolph should have gotten suspended as well. I'm sorry, he was not an innocent victim in that. Yeah, it's messed up. He got hit upside the head with the helmet, but he was not an innocent victim either. Okay, and Slick Vic says, yeah, he will be back, and says, right. Intelligent Cycle says Kirk Cousins isn't a Blake Bortles. He showed me he can compete and play in prime time. It's fact that they ran into 49ers more hungry team. I agree. I definitely don't think Kirk Cousins is a bum or soft or overrated or anything like that. Here, he just played a better team. That's all that is. He just got beat by a better team here today. And there's no shame in that, to losing to a better team. That doesn't make you less of a great player. It happens to even the best athletes. So Kirk Cousins, he did all he could. He competed. Also, if you're a Vikings fan, you should definitely be proud of your team for what they accomplished this season. They came in, competed, and even won a playoff game against some incredible odds. Steals respect is silly. Kirk, the undefeated GOAT legend Cousins. But yeah, Intelligent Psycho, I mean, come on. It's not Mahomes' fault that he has great talent around him. Name me one. I mean, a lot of quarterbacks, most quarterbacks win championships because they have great talent around them. Unless, maybe unless you're Tom Brady. But so what if he's spoiled? Skip is jealous because his Cowboys aren't in the playoffs. If he wants to make that argument, then I could say Dak Prescott is spoiled by having Zeke and Amari Cooper on his team. Ooh, I'm sweating, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. Because I'm only gonna be on here for a few more minutes because I gotta get off here and start getting ready for the Titans and Ravens live stream. Y'all join me on that. Okay, Steals Respect says that Pat Mahomes will have at least 3 rings in his career. Dak is overrated. Oh, man. Well, all right, y'all. I got to get out of here, because I got to get ready for the Ravens and Titans game. I appreciate y'all coming here on this Saturday afternoon. Well, Saturday evening now, depending on where you are. Just joining me, just talking to y'all in this chat about this game as well as football in general. Slick Vic says I should just think Mahomes is spoiled in lifestyle. He came up spoiled, but he does have supreme talent. K Slick V, I can't wait for you to join me on the Ravens live stream. But it's not Pat Mahomes' fault, how he came up socioeconomic wise. That's not his fault. It's not his fault he came from money. He can't help to the lifestyle he was born into. Nobody can. But I got to get out of here, y'all. I'm going to see y'all in a little bit on the Titans and Ravens live stream. But once again, the 49ers are in the NFC Championship game, awaiting the winner of the Seahawks and Packers game tomorrow night. So I thank y'all for joining me. Also, up top, it's the cash tag and the PayPal link, and also I have the Teespring link. You can shop for items in our store. I'm about to add some more items that's going to be up there soon, so y'all check that out. It's pretty affordable. You can get t-shirts for men and women, socks, even coffee mugs. So y'all check that out. And also you can get 20% off or free shipping from now till January 31st. I appreciate y'all for coming here, supporting me, showing me love. I enjoy doing these live streams and talking with y'all. But I got to get out of here and get ready for this Titans and Ravens live stream. So till then, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. And I'll see y'all in a little bit.